On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what tag one. A blessed and wonderful Thursday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. In the morning, we're going to kick it off with some updates. And the first update is in relation to the massive gun fine at the Kingston Wharves of Marcus Garvey Drive. So the operation unfolded sometime around 4:45 p.m. on Tuesday, March 18th. It is said that a joint team was conducting security screenings and intercepted a shipment. During the search, the following illegal items were found and seized by the police: 24 pistols, assorted pistols, 6 rifles, that is high-powered weapons, 32 magazines, and 102 rounds of assorted ammunitions. Now, head of the FNID, that's Senior Superintendent of Police Samuel Blake, stated that the police have been ramping up efforts with various stakeholders to disrupt the trafficking of weapons and illegal drugs in Jamaica. He stated, and I quote, "Every firearm seized is a victory for the JCF and Jamaica at large. We continue our relentless work to find and seek to convict individuals seeking to curtail the JCF violence reduction efforts." He stated that we continue to leverage our partnership with international bodies to dismantle crime syndicates affecting Jamaica. And this is the second of such seizure in recent months, as members of the JCA and the FNID has seized over 66 firearms and 4,700 rounds of ammunition at Newport West Wharf in Kingston on the 17th of January. And in that particular seizure, a dual citizen was charged in relation to that particular shipment. So now a high-level probe is underway to identify and apprehend all parties involved in this recent seizure. So right there and then, my peeps, another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Yeah, man. Now the next update, my peeps, is in relation to the 2 policemen who was seriously conned up and hospitalized after they intervened in what is described as an attempt robbery at a supermarket in Montego Bay, St. James on Tuesday night. Now the 2 policemen are still hospitalized, nursing their gunshot wounds. Now the 2 criminal elements involved in that particular knockings and clappings of the policemen were taken out in separate operations in the Montego Bay space yesterday. Now the deceased men have since been identified as 23-year-old Joshua Tyrell, said to be of a Go Peace Lane in Salt Spring in St. James. So reports from the police would suggest that Joshua Tyrell was taken out during a confrontation with the police. When the gunfire subsided, he was reportedly found clutching a 9mm Glock pistol with serial number intact, with a magazine containing 2 live 9mm rounds of ammunition. Joshua Tyrell was, however, taken to the Cornwall Regional General Public Hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but more so to have him officially pronounced, you know what? On the spot, news media was reliably informed that Joshua was believed to be one of the 2 alleged criminal elements who opened gunfire on the officers responding to an attempted robbery at a supermarket on Church Street in downtown Montego Bay, St. James, Tuesday night. It is alleged that the police encountered 2 armed men inside the supermarket, one wielding a handgun and the other a rifle. The men fled the premises, and as they attempted to escape, the gunman carrying the rifle opened gunfire on the police, causing the driver of a squad car to crash into a parked vehicle. The suspects then ran onto St. James Street, where they confronted another group of police officers. Once again, they opened gunfire, hitting 2 officers this time, one sustaining gunshot wounds to both legs and the other being cornered up in the shoulder. The men managed to escape on foot in the area. But their rant did not stop there. On your screen is a car that was damaged by bullet holes inflicted by these said set of criminal elements. It is said that they approached the driver of the vehicle and seek to get control of the vehicle, and when their demands was not met, gunshot for days to the vehicle. Luckily for the driver of this vehicle, he escaped without injuries. So after the police go for the one up at Salt Spring, and dirt settings was the order of the day for him, that a Joshua. In a separate incident, early Wednesday afternoon, another criminal element identified as Andrew Maurice White was taken out by the police in that operation in a section of Montego Bay identified as Albion Lane. Now, Albion Lane is most definitely one of those troubled spots that many have lost their lives over the years due to gang violence. So according to police report, the criminal element Andrew White was standing at a gateway with a firearm tucked in his waistband, and upon seeing the police, he allegedly ran into a yard. The police gave chase, and during that chase, Andrew White reportedly opened gunfire at the police party. Both incidents are presently being investigated by Indicom, as Andrew White is also no longer among the land of the living, as Shut-Eye Country Land settings was most definitely the order of the day for him. There is no way on earth uno could have feel say uno could have can up 2 police and just get a free walk away just like that. No country in the world now go sit down and allow that to happen. When you target members of the country's national security force, the same sort of aggression will be coming at you full force ahead, and you will be taken out one way or the other. Yeah, man. Now we have a leaked voice note that has been making rounds all over social media on various different platforms. Now it's a voice note of one of the policemen who was conned up during that foiled supermarket robbery in Mobay, St. James. And after listening to that voice note, no, I will not be playing it here. But after listening to the voice note, the pain and the anguish in which that police officer is presently in just goes to show that, hey, being a police officer in Jamaica, I know why easy something when you deal with them ruthless criminal elements, yeah. But the thing that really got me more than any other part of the voice clip that he put out is when he stated that when him get the rifle shot in him leg, Him leg feel like it just turn jelly, just jello out pan him. And him drop and have to crawl to safety. And the regular members of Chan Public come to his aid and assistance and reassured him that, hey, squaddy, don't worry yourself, man. You got alright, and helped him to tie the foot and make him know, say, yo, we are going to help you, squaddy. You got alright. Now, trust me, that definitely did something to me, because it just shows how much we actually need each other. That supermarket, if the police weren't present, would have been robbed, and persons on the inside who is just going about their regular business may have or could have been conned up, seriously injured, or even to a larger extent lost their lives. So the regular members of Chan Public, we the regular members, need the police, and so too do the police needs us, the regular members of Chan Public, to not just only survive in heated confrontations like this where the police was hit, but to also give vital information to the police, which in turn the police will use that to safeguard us, the regular members of Chan Public, and themselves by extension. So I just want to know if you see the need for police and citizens cooperating, forging an alliance together to rid our country of criminal elements. Yeah, man. Now, the next update that we are going to talk about is in relation to a fatal knockings and clappings that took place over there in Rock Hall in the St. Andrew North Police Division, where a bitter domestic dispute between relatives have left this man presently on your screen lifeless, no longer among the land of the living, as his life was taken from him by his own cousin. So the now deceased presently on your screen has since been identified as 32-year-old Fabian Carr. He lost his life whilst at his home in Burkwood District in Rock Hall, St. Andrew. Now, as it relates to the cousin who is presently on the run and has been deemed wanted by the police in relation to the fatal knockings and clappings of Fabian Carr, is this criminal element here presently on your screen. The one in the white t-shirt, he's the one that took the life of his cousin, Fabian Carr. He is known by his alias as Dup Dap in the streets. Now, as for the one beside him in the black, him and the one in the white tees that are Dup Dap went on a knockings and clappings rampage just a few weeks ago, where an elderly man was conned up. Now, Dup Dap is a known criminal element, as he was recently released from prison for firearm related offenses a little under a year ago. The one in the black has since been identified as another cousin of Fabian Carr, but he's known as Nicoy Styles. He is one of the most influential knockers and clappers in the general Rock Hall community, as he is also known for scamming. He always rent motor vehicles, and sometimes he's seen parading around in a white Mercedes Benz with other little young boys who see him as some sort of modern day hero, not knowing that following the company of this criminal element will most definitely lead to one or two things. Is either 35 to life or 6 feet under. So to all the young men out there who is parading around with either of these two criminal elements, please be sensible and go find something constructive and do within a time and life. because failure to do so, when and if you are caught in the presence of either one when Officer Yeman Pick and team come for them in relation to the brutal slaying of their own family member, 32-year-old Fabian Carr, you too will be subjected to charges, and if them put up a resistance and you're dead, you are going to definitely get thrown down in the streets like a ragdoll in the same type of way. So Duke Dap and also Nicoy Styles, you're wanted by the St. Catherine North Police. So it is in your best interest that you turn yourself in before Officer Yeman Pick and team is sent out to come get you. As a matter of fact, too late for that. Officer Yeman Pick and team is on the way. So let's see the outcome of when all of you all meet and on the eyes make 4, 6 or 8 depending. Let us see how well you will fare out at the end of the day if you don't turn yourself in with immediate effect. Yeah, man. Now the last thing that I gotta talk about, my peeps, is in relation to the police fatal knockings and clappings of this known and reputed criminal element identified as 26-year-old Franklin Hyman. We have seen where his mother and other family members came on national television and crying foul play, stating that their family member is an innocent person that the police took out for no reason. Well, knowing On The Spot News Media, I made my own checks and did a little digging in his criminal background. Now, this criminal element name has been called in at least 2 fatal knockings and clappings. One very recent, we are talking about probably about 3 weeks ago, where he was implicated in the fatal knockings and clappings of a man known as Yellow. That's the alias. It is stated that Yellow was labeled as an informer who caused the police for ClapWeh for him done. A criminal element identified as Andre Johnson, otherwise known as Shaka Blacks in our streets. That fatality took place over a month ago, so they pointed fingers in the direction of Yellow and labeled him as the man who tipped off the police. And in relation to that tip-off, his done was taken out. And the name Franklin Hyman was also implicated in the October 31st, 2021 knockings and clappings of a man identified as O'Shane Barrett. Who remember that particular knockings and clappings? So this brother is most definitely not no angelic being, none at all. In fact, we are getting additional information that he also may be involved in a fatal knockings and clappings over there in Clarendon. Yeah, man. In Sandy Bay, Clarendon, where a 77-year-old man end up losing 3 pints. But we are digging deeper into that to see if we can connect the dots and update you subsequently. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.